Jason.
Yep.
I just traded in my other pistol for Glock, and I'm excited to see what I should upgrade first. I've been looking at Reddit, some other places. They said I could upgrade my trigger, I could do slide cuts, I could do stippling. What should I do first?
Absolutely none of that. I mean, hold your horses there, Chief. I feel like we should talk about the 3 must-haves when it comes to buying a Glock and upgrading a Glock pistol. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Class Firearms, guys. Jason here with Ryan.
What's up, guys?
And we've got to talk to you about the 3 must-have upgrades for your Glock pistol. I mean, we all know it's perfection, but
we can make it even better. There are some things where it's not perfect, right? Mm-hmm. And we're here to talk about those 3 things that you can change. The first one being that, I mean, a Glock is great out of the box, right? It's a great pistol, but there's some things that I think everyone should do.
Yeah.
To make it either better for identifying people or better a shooting experience overall.
100%.
Yeah, and you can do little things. You can do stippling. You can do a different trigger. All this stuff. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the things that are important.
Definitely,
must-haves.
Life improvements when it comes to the Glock. How about that? I feel like we should get into it, right?
Number 1.
Start out with number 1. And number 1's gotta be the sights, right?
Yes.
Like these horrible plastic U-notch sights. Not saying that U-notch is bad, right? Because there's many upgrades you can do. You can do XS sights, you can do night visions, Dawson Precisions, Ameriglows. Hell, you even have Glock.
They make their own night sights. I think they were like, we can make it even more perfect,
absolutely.
Right? And that's when they came up with the Glock night sights. Yeah. But the funny part about the 2 guns we have up here, right?
Oh, they're LEO trade-ins.
Because even law enforcement has not upgraded the trigger, the stippling, anything else. But what they did upgrade
sights out the gate.
That's
100%.
Yeah, that's like the one thing you see with LEO trade-ins that are upgraded.
And I mean the benefit of that, right? Obviously we know these are slick. It's hard to if you had to emergency rack this off of like a belt line or a table or any inanimate object or even someone's eyelid. Don't ask about that one. You couldn't do it easily with these stock sights. So definitely solid upgrade. First of all, gotta be able to ID night sights.
Yes.
I'll always say that it's great, or at least minimum fiber optic. Like I get it in pitch black, fiber optic's not gonna be your greatest
I would say
thing.
bare minimum metal.
Yes.
I don't like polymer sights.
Yeah, there you go. So, boom.
So sights, but not only your iron sights, you can also go
optic
with a red dot.
Yeah.
Exactly. So let's go with yours.
Yeah.
This is your personal EDC.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is definitely not most people's EDC, but Jason's a little bit larger than most people.
That is very true. I'm a big guy. I eat a lot. I work out sometimes. So definitely upgraded sights. So these are some metal. I think these are old school Dawsons.
Yeah.
But I did switch out the rear. So I've got metal rear as well. And again, this anti-reflective coating on there, or the cuts on there, relief cuts, it just keeps it from glares. But then I do have this paired off with an acro. So I get actually a great co-witness on here. I'm not saying that co-witness is anything I really focus on. It is in the lower 1/3 of this window, but I mean, it is what it is.
That's important to talk about with those sights, especially like I have a Dawson Precision ones. I got them so it barely, you can see them at the bottom window with the OMR, and that was all by design.
Yeah, so I mean, it depends. Like I said, I've got a threaded barrel on here just in case I want to do some super secret squirrel stuff, which I don't do.
No.
Maybe.
No. So this is the Aimpoint Koa that came out at the beginning of the year. Glock started making these directly from Glock, where it's the only way to buy the Koa right now. As of I think January 2026, you'll be able to buy the Koa separately, and it's a great sight. And it makes it so you can barely see those iron sights even at the bottom lower 1/3, which is just perfect. I mean, it's a great sight, and I would say out of the box, this is covering that first upgrade.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, helps a lot with that.
I feel like we should move on to number 2.
And no U-notch. Look at that on the Aimpoint Koa. Look at that.
It's TBD.
Look, they're realizing. I think Glock agrees with their number 1.
Direct mill, always better.
Oh, that's another point. Yeah, so Glock MOS, right? So if we have like something like a Glock 34 right here, that's the MOS.
I will say this, MO system is great. Gives you plenty of options out of the box, but we all know its downfall. The plates.
Yes, the plates.
At least that come stock from Glock. They tend to have this thing where if you torque them to the proper torque spec, you potentially
see that a little bit on this one.
Yeah.
This is John's TTI. You'll see John in a little bit here with another upgrade.
I'm getting a new plate.
And if the backside, you can see there's a gap.
There's a little gangster lean to it.
Yeah.
So I would always suggest using companies like C&H Precision for controls design, Apex, any of these companies who really master when it comes to the machining of other plates. So you got that. But again, don't have to worry about that when it's direct milled there, Chief.
And Loctite, I would say, on the screws.
100%.
Get good screws, good luck.
I'm gonna give you guys a little secret. Get agency screws, they're titanium.
That actually is a really good
And that way
upgrade.
it never, Google
No, you're right.
Metallurgy.
You're 100%
I'm just
right.
saying,
Yeah.
metallurgy.
Or you can just direct mill it, which Jason and I both did with our Glocks, our personal Glocks.
Big brain energy.
That's the way to go. Jaeger works for me. Yeah, they did it.
Rolling on to number 2. And number 2, we've got to talk about holsters, right? Positive. How you store your gun. I mean, there's many different
Inside the
options.
waist. I do appendix carry.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Today, well, normally I do appendix carry for sure, but today, because it's a little hot, I do a little off-body carry. Before I go there, don't ask
Gray
why.
man.
Pete Gray Man, but don't ask why I have this in a Beretta bag. Just know that it totally works when I've got to go retrieve my firearm. So yes, Glock 17 tucked
something.
away. It's something.
That's something.
For sure. I mean, it's another option, but again, it's still in a Kydex holster, something that's solid, sturdy, built for what
You
it
don't have
needs to
any
be.
issues with
No.
anything getting inside the trigger
No.
guard or anything like that, so good to go.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, you can wear it many different ways. I do wear this as a traditional fanny pack because nobody ever wants to have a problem with a guy wearing a traditional fanny.
And
But
then, until someone comes up and snaps that.
there's that option. And you
Yep.
could also rock it as a crossbody. So for crossbody, I mean, you've done it before.
Yeah, I have a crossbody. I mostly wear it around my back, and then that way if I need to swing it around and pull it out,
you
you
doing?
can. Swing it. Yeah, there you go.
There you
yeah,
go.
Swing it around.
Use the hips. But yeah, man, plenty of options. But of course, one of the main things with picking a holster is definitely knowing what you're going to do with it and having a plan for it. I understand we buy many different things. Hey, I want a holster for it right now, whether it be like naked like this one. But what happens if you do want a light? So you are kind of married to the...
Or cut for an optic.
Yeah.
But when you want to add optic later, and you can make sure your holster is cut for an optic, or any flashlight you want to add.
There you go. So you are married to that. Keep that in mind. There are plenty of options. These are more
So
inside
make
the waistband
those
options.
decisions before
Right.
you buy your holster.
Right. And again, these are inside the waistband options. You got outside the waistband options like Safari Land as well. So you can actually get away with actually not having a light per se immediately when it comes to this. So just bear that in mind. It does lock in there and still give you plenty of options. So of course we did a video on that previous. So if you got any questions, refer back to that. But there you are. Great holsters, quality ones. You've got T-Rex arms. You've got
T-Rex Tentacore. Actually, Safari Land makes a inside the waistband.
Oh yeah,
now,
the
too.
Incog.
Yep, Incog.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout
Incog
out
X.
to them and their partnership with Travis Haley, Mr. Body Mechanics. So there you go. All right. Roll on to number 3.
Yep, rolling with it.
Let's do it. Here we are rolling on to number 3. One of the most important ones. Illumination, positive ID. How do you engage during the darkness?
I mean, picture this. You're snuggled up in bed, you're all cozy, you're about to fall asleep, and all of a sudden you hear a thump, whump even, and you're a little scared. You don't know what you're gonna do. So you reach over and you grab your sidearm and you're gonna go clear your house because you're a man and that's what men do. So you may be a little scared, you know, is what it is, but you're walking through there, you know, you don't have a light though, so you're not really gonna be able to ID your targets, but you're walking through there, you're hearing things, you might be seeing something, but all of a sudden you hear the smallest little squeak, if you will. But thankfully, you recognize that squeak, and it's just Kaya in your house at night because his shirt's too tight and you heard him squeaking around, so. It could have been a skinwalker or something else, but it was just Kaya, so.
100% on the accuracy there, Chief.
Yeah.
But absolutely, talking about positive ID, you don't know, you can't engage what you can't see, right?
Yeah, that's
and that's
true.
one of the main things. We understand, you know, premise of home defense. You've got this place that you got to be. You got to see what's going on. You don't know the other things in your house, or they don't know the other things in your house, but you do. So you got that unfair advantage. But you've got to be able to see, man. And one of the biggest things is absolutely having a light. Now, it could be a handheld. You could do that as well, but weapon-mounted lights, especially being this, using this X300. I've got the regular Ultra here. You've got
This is the turbo, and that's one thing that you can talk about as well, kind of the difference between the turbo and the Ultra. And so the turbo That's got a lot of candela.
And this one has a lot of spill, as you can
A lot
see.
of lumen. If you want to know the difference between lumen and candela, we have a light video that we put up, I think maybe a year or so ago. Some pretty interesting stuff. So check that out if you are interested. But I just like a weapon-mounted light. It's easier to actuate, it's easier to work and move with, and if you want to be a little extra, meh about it, it does help reduce a little bit of that recoil, especially if you are running a Whomper like the X300, which is my personal favorite weapon-mounted light. Just get an X300.
There you go. And you've also got other options from Streamline, like this TLR1. They also make the HL, the HLX,
TLR7A, a little more
TLR7 Alpha.
compact option.
But yeah, definitely still right there, give you plenty of candela, lumens, and all that jazz, and you can still get great positive ID. So, yeah.
No, there's a lot of really great options for lights. I will always be one of the guys that I think you need to have a light on your pistol at the end of the day. I think it's something super important. It's something super simple you can put on there. You're not going to break the bank. You can do something a little bit nicer like an X300 like we were talking about, but as long as you have a light on your pistol, it's going to help you PID stuff. It's going to help mitigate some of that recoil at the same time. It's honestly a win-win situation. If anyone wouldn't want to put a light on your gun, I would honestly argue that, like, just why?
There's a lot of folks who don't. I get it. You're a purist. You want to carry this at the small of the back in your leather holster. I get it. Most bad stuff happens at night, so that's all. I'm going to leave it at that one, Chief.
I agree with that.
At least have an off-body light.
Yeah, at least,
True, too.
absolutely, yeah.
Always have some kind of light with you in your whole EDC setup. See, there you go, right there. What is that? The
Cloud.
this cloud. I thought it was the second one.
Cloud, little MCH. The high lumen and candela one. So there you go, man. Little options to keep you on the fight and make sure, again, you got to be able to shoot what you can see. So
Yes.
there you are. But guys, do you agree with our list? Do you like our list? Do you like our top 3 must-haves for a Glock? I mean, I'm pretty sure there's more. Like we said, there's many other options. These are just pretty much the top ones that we know out of the box that probably need to happen. When it comes to stippling, you can do that later. You've got my stippling, which is done by a laser. You've got John's, which is done by the Terran Tactical Stipple, which is the most aggressive stippling.
Actually, I don't know about that. I would say Ryan's Rocket City stipple job is a lot more aggressive than the Terran one, personally. I like both. I really like the Terran one because he reduces the grip as well.
Okay.
And so I really feel like you can get your whole hand around the grip a little bit
But
better.
why would you need it to just be stippled in the first place, though?
You know, maybe your hands get wet,
Bloody.
bloody. And you don't want to lose. The last thing you want to do is you don't want to be losing your pistol in a gunfight. All right, if it's slipping out of your hand, that's a problem. I'm not saying you have to get it stippled. You can throw some goon tape on there if you want. You can. There are honestly some really good cheap stippling options that you can do.
Handle it grips.
For
I mean,
example,
you got
right
this one,
here
right?
On Josh's. It's not even. It's just a wrap that you would put around on the gun here, and it works great. It feels amazing. It looks good in my opinion, and so there's a lot of ways you can do this without breaking the bank as well. And honestly, if you're down for that, I would highly recommend that you would do it.
There you go. So there you guys go, man. 3 must-have upgrades that we definitely had to talk about. So guys, what do you think? Sound off in the comments. Let us know what are your 3 upgrades. I know trigger's definitely one of them that people love to do. Start changing springs and stuff like that.
Spring weights is a really
Another
big deal.
thing. Let us know. Sound off in the comments. Of course, we appreciate your business,
God bless.
and we'll see you guys later.